All right, let's get it. Let's get it. I know everybody's hyped up about the weekend, Memorial Weekend. Hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's family's doing well. But let's get it. Let's get it in the charts. So this is just my review. Gonna start these weekly reviews on Sundays to see some outlooks of my main pairs that I don't really trade these, but these are good pairs for me to just kind of assess my analysis and give you my take of it. Obviously, take it for granted. Look at it yourself, and then don't take anything I say to heart. Find out yourself, do your own research, and be self-sufficient and be motivated. So here's just my take. Thanks for dropping by. If you like the content, hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment below. I'm gonna try to be better at commenting. I know I have been kind of MIA a little bit here, but let's get started with this. So let's see here. Looking at pound right now, top down approach, daily chart. What do we see? We see that due to the pandemic, we had a 2,000 pip drop, but since that time we've definitely recovered magnificently. However, if we draw the fib lines, just put some numbers to it, at the 61.8 level, it's dropping. So a key level for us to kind of watch, again, if we're looking at the fibs, is the 1.1900 level. That's a 23.60, and what does that tell us too? As we look to the left as well, here, that level. That's a key level for us to see if price is gonna continue down. We see a falling trend line. What that means, we're making higher lows here. So everything's telling us to the downside. Okay, that's our bias. We know that the down is a pressure. Obviously, we ended up on a downside, kind of dropping lower and lower. And then we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Monday of last week, and that's let's see, yeah, Sunday, Monday here. And what did we see? We clearly saw a price right here of consolidation down here, and we broke up, and here we go to the stars we go. And that's kind of the strategy, is just finding those flag moments and understanding the key market structure where it's at. So here in this pair, whipsaws a lot, so just be careful. Manage your size accordingly. The ATR for this pair is massive, so don't think that you're a hot shot. If you are going to do that, make sure you set stop losses and manage your risk accordingly to your risk management plan. So here we're looking good to actually keep going to the downside, but you got to watch out. We're getting some pressure to the upside, so it could obviously go ahead and retest that high again up here. So my thoughts are we are definitely going down here to retest this level here. Two places for it to test, right? The pullback here and the previous low down here. Those are two levels where we can look for price to, if you would just cooperate. Then what do we see? 45 pips and 78 pips. Could be target 1, target 2, where to go. Now if it breaks this trend line here and breaks this high, then price has the chance to retest the previous high, which then puts us at 5.6. So just some things to look at, see what price gives you, just kind of understand the feel of how you do depending on what price does, and pre-plan here. That's just my assessment for GU. And if I said GJ, I meant GU, my bad. Okay, so let's go to my talk with EURUSD. So top down approach again is we've definitely been on the down trade, a short trade for a long time downtrend. Here, obviously, we see here spike, whipsaw, pandemic. Because of the pandemic, up, down, crazy. Hopefully, you guys didn't lose too much money during that time and made a lot of money. I obviously was not trading during that time, so unfortunately, didn't take advantage of that volatility. So here, what I see is that since we are in a downtrend, I believe that the retest is to down here to this previous low, because my bias is to the downside. However, we could be, this is probably a good key area in this 2-hour chart, is where we're at the 50, right? So we could retest. Definitely another option is that if we break this high, and even break this trend line, this EMA here, then we are in the vicinity to go up and retest the high again. And you want to manage your risk accordingly. So, alright, but that's a 3 to 1 ratio, 3.37 to 1 ratio. Well, the bottom side is 2.5. So pick and choose your trades, pick and choose your stop losses, manage it accordingly, and and however your risk management plan is, kind of work with that. So that's just my take of Euro, where it's at. And last, the pair that I want to look at is UJ. So UJ has been consolidating too. If you look at this, you're like, okay, just not much volume, there's not much going on, but you can still make some money on these pairs. They don't move too much, but that means you can size up a little bit. Volatility will be much lower, so just make sure you manage your risk accordingly. But the feel of it's a little bit slower, so if it takes you a little bit more time, or you're a little bit more of the patient type, these are the type of pairs that you should consider trading compared to GU or GJ or pound USD, pound Aussie. Those pairs are, they just, man, they're just, whew, man, I don't want to talk about it, but anyways. So with that being said, my assessment is we'll draw a trend line. We're falling down with lower lows. Sorry, lower highs. Lower highs. Lower highs mean lower low, lower low. Pull back up. Hit the trend line. Okay. Oh no, we can't even break that high. Set a new low. Try to break that high. What happened? Rejection. What happened? Rejection. What happened? Rejection. And we're gonna get rejection. And my assessment is if it break this awesome weird trend line that I'm drawing here, that I believe that we can possibly, this is probably a game, retest that low, and that low is 107.335. That's a potential trade, right? So what would I do when that happens? I'll get short. I'll go entry, confirmation entry break here. Here we go. That's where we're at. Stop loss will probably be at the top of the pullback here. So we got a 3 to 1 ratio here, and you can size accordingly to whatever you want to size. Do 3 lots, 4 lots, 5 lots, 10 lots, as long as you manage accordingly to the stop loss and something that you can take within your risk management plan. More power to you. Also, if it breaks this low, you could keep that trade, move it to break even, or take the profit and then enter again, right? With this same stop loss. I mean, you're already in profit within the day. Why not just, you can either hold it, or if you don't like holding, you take another trade down here, and we go to here. The reason why we went to here is because we're testing this low here. So you zoom out, you can see that's the previous low, lower low that we're trying to attack again before we go even down further. So those are just psychological levels that everybody, technical traders, are looking at, and I guarantee you right around this area there's gonna be a lot of limit orders and whatnot waiting at these levels, these key lows and whatnot. So just FYI for you to watch. There's gonna be, if it gets close to that, you better watch it real close, because when it goes, it's gonna impulse up or down, with a rejection or with a continuation past that level. So just some things to look at for UJ, and obviously I just kind of look at from price action, so trend lines, what price is showing you, respecting where it's going, understanding the bias, what everybody's looking at, the momentum. A lot of scenarios, things can happen, but just have a game plan of, okay, what does it do when it breaks this low? What does it do when it breaks this high? What does it do when you see the EMA stretching or you see an impulse? Usually what happens with the impulse is there's a pullback and then there's a continuation, or if it impulses, it pulls back and then it comes back down. you know, the double tops, double bottoms, triple top, triple bottoms. Just kind of understanding the psychological level what everybody's thinking, you know, and just understand the probabilities here. So that's just my take of GU, EURUSD, and USDJPY. Excuse me. So if you like this kind of content, comment below. I'll try to be a little more clear, slow it down, but you can always go back and look at it. If you have questions, let me know. I'll do my best to comment back, to reply. So if you like this content, comment, subscribe, and we'll get at it. Just keep going at it. If you have any questions, just let me know. And yeah, I mean, good luck to you guys out there when you guys hit the market. I know Monday's probably gonna be a much lower volatility with it being Memorial Day, but just play it safe. Manage your risk. This is a marathon and not a sprint. So if you're sprinting, you're in the wrong game here. You're gonna get catched. The market's gonna catch you, and she ain't gonna spare you. She ain't gonna spare you. So with that being said, thanks, and look forward to sharing more content coming in the near future here, and try to make this more of a recurring video that I do for these 3 pairs, or maybe I might add some more pairs, but for the time being it would just be these 3 pairs. But if there's any other pairs that you want me personally to look at, just give you my opinion of it, then let me know. Comment below, like, subscribe. Thanks, y'all.